What's going on, guys? It's me, TheGamingD. I'm in my car right now. This is gonna be, I'd say, this podcast for this week. My picture isn't gonna be the greatest throughout this, so be prepared because I'm in the car on my way home from work at 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's just get going here. So we have the WWE. I have noticed, have been, for some reason, WWE has been releasing a lot of people. And I don't understand why, honestly. They say back in like after WrestleMania or whatever, when they did release a bunch of people, they did say, or the reason or whatever was for budget cuts, and there was like a new guy in charge, and he's just trying to fix the budgets because of COVID and all that stuff. But now they just released more people, just randomly. People like NIA JAX, people like KIETH Lee, people like Mia Yim, a couple people from the cruiserweight division. Sorry if you can't see me here, guys. I'll try to like up the contrast or something in the video. But yeah, they're releasing all these people. The official total for this year, 2021, is 71 people have been released so far this year. That is so crazy that they have released 71 people in a year. And they're all, for the most part, other than Nia Jax, they're all great talent for the most part. Whether they're, good in the ring and, give us a hell of a show, or they're just good when it comes to, like, the acting portion of professional wrestling. And honestly, it's been triggering me a lot. Watching all these people get released, like last year, for example, having people like Zack Ryder, for example, they got rid of him. That guy was a diehard like WWE, like he still is in love with WWE. Like his whole shtick is he has like a wrestling figures podcast, like he's really into wrestling figures, like WWE figures, period. And just for him to be there for like 10 years or longer, like 15 years or something, and for them to just one day decide like, hey, let's cut him. We don't need him anymore. He's not useful to us at all. This guy has been riding on, only live events and sitting in catering for years. Has won, singles push with the United States Championship. Had the man win a Money in the Bank, Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania, and then have him squashed the next night to lose it. Like, and he was still there throughout all that stuff, and you just cut him. And then you got people like more recently, like Bray Wyatt. He's one guy that I continue to keep talking about. Like, no matter where he goes, I think he's just gonna thrive as long as he has creative control. But supposedly they got rid of him because, you know, he was very difficult backstage when it came to like the creative, and it, you know, it makes sense on why. Like it's kind of like his baby. It's you know, it's something else, guys. It's really something else. Then you got Keith Lee. He was out with an injury for a while. Finally was able to get healthy. They finally bring him back. Do this whole, you know, Keith the Bearcat Lee or whatever. You know, he's trying to, you know, represent or acknowledge like an old wrestler with the Bearcat name. And, you know, they've been having him on TV almost every week, squashing people, you know, trying to make him look, you know, big and like a monster, and they cut him and his wife. Like, what? Like, I don't know why WWE is doing this at all. They're giving away a lot of good talent. My personal opinion on why WWE might be doing this is I feel like they want to try and build their own talent. So like with I forgot which Steiner it was, not Scott Steiner. Rick Steiner? I think that's his name. His son right now going off on NXT. Going ham. Doing a good job. You know, he started at the Performance Center, started his thing, you know, and he's making his way up. I believe that WWE is trying to save money by, instead of making all these incredible like signings like they did with Shinsuke Nakamura and like with Finn Balor, you know, and with like Keith Lee, for example, now they just want to build their own talent and, you know, save money. And I don't know why they're doing this. I saw it on Twitter before I started this. WWE really makes it hard to, you know, be a fan of them and be a fan of wrestling, because when you see people with so much potential and that you genuinely enjoy seeing on TV every single week, and they just get rid of them, you know, shit, I talk too much, I start yawning. It just, you know, it puts a bad taste in your mouth, and it like doesn't make you want to watch. Like it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. There's 71 people since January 1st. Not even a full year yet. 71 people. I understand maybe like the release, you know, after WrestleMania, like the Tuesday after WrestleMania or whatever. They do it every year. They've done it every year for years. And, you know, it makes sense. Like, it's, okay, let's clean house of the people that we feel like we just aren't ever going to use and, you know, move on from them. But when you're releasing people fucking in the middle of November for no reason, like, they don't need budget cuts, period. They have made so much money this year, even with COVID, the whole situation with COVID, they still made a lot of money. Yes, they didn't have the people in the crowds, you know, buying the merchandise and buying tickets, this and that. But T-shirts. Man, they sold so many damn T-shirts. You know, probably more than they ever have, because people aren't able to actually go to the venues to, you know, experience, you know, wrestling. They, you know, all the merchandise that they've been selling, just everything, sponsors, like sponsors are on freaking everything now that they have. Like they got the Saudi Arabia deal. That just there is like $1 billion or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, then you have the whole Peacock deal. Like, it's insane, guys. I just don't understand, like, what their thoughts are when it comes to this stuff. Like, they continue to just get rid of people, and you know, they're giving so many people away. Like, I don't know. And then you have, you know, AEW, all to them. They're probably gonna sign like a shit ton of people. You know, like they signed freaking Andrade, freaking Chris Jericho when he left. You know, FDR, or FTR, not FDR. They just signed Kalisto. Like, they're signing people like Kalisto. And Kalisto, yeah, he's a luchador. You know, congrats. You're just like a majority of the people, you know, in that wrestle nowadays. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, you know, AEW is just gonna continue to sign these people no matter what, and it's gonna put them in a bad place. They're gonna sign all these people to contracts, and you know, then they're gonna start running out of money. Like, yes, you know, Tony Khan's a rich man. You know, I'm pretty sure his dad's the owner of the Jaguars football team. They got a lot of money, but money can only go so far. Like, it's gonna be like a WCW situation where they're just pumping money into so many people. They get all this talent, but they can't show all their talent off. And you know, it's not fun. Bryan Danielson said something to a reporter in an interview, or someone, that AEW has more wrestling in 2 hours than, you know, WWE has in 3 hours, which is true, I'd say. But you know, WWE is sports entertainment. AEW is strictly like wrestling. Like, we're here for wrestling matches. You know, WWE is for the, you know, the story of each match instead of just putting random matches together. But you know, AEW is just gonna get to a point where they can't do that. Like, they can't just do, you know, all these random wrestling matches. They can't keep doing like 6-man tags, you know, this and that. They need to, like, once they keep signing all this talent, like, they're gonna have to either add, you know, maybe one more show, you know, split it all up, and then start doing like stories in between, you know, to kind of keep people interested. But anyway, this is gonna be kind of like just the podcast for this week. WWE just continues to release people. I wish I had the list right in front of me. But it's sad. It's really, really sad. You know, how many Bray Wyatts, how many Aleister Blacks, how many Keith Lees, how many can you release and continue to have an exciting product? You know, if they want to build, you know, their own wrestlers so they can own everything, like the names, just for everything, basically own these people, then I guess that's what they're doing with the whole performance center thing, you know, because they haven't been doing big signings. And I just saw a possum. There's a possum straight ahead for me. What's going on? But and what's his name? John Morrison, his wife, just got signed not too long ago to NXT, and she's gone. They just released her. Like, how the fuck do you continue? You just signed this person maybe 3 months ago, and you're just... Well, I think my thing ended. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it here. You know, this was kind of just like a little rant podcast. But I hope you guys, you know, still love wrestling no matter how many people they release. I hope you guys love WWE, even though they keep releasing people that you do love to see on TV. Man, this just makes me think of, you know, 2K22. It's gonna be a rough game, dude. There's so many people they keep releasing, dude. That's why they had to delay it. Ooh. Alright, guys. You know, that's kind of the news. I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for some more content, boys. Peace out.